Amber Heard has settled her long-held court case against her ex-husband, Johnny Depp, who sued her for defamation after she claimed that the actor abused her in a 2018 Washington Post article. In the lawsuit, Amber had been ordered to pay $10 million in damages to Johnny. After a widely televised trial, in this video, we'll dive deep into the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation case. First up, let's take a look at how Amber Heard settled the defamation case. Previously, Amber had been asked to pay more than $10 million in damages to Johnny Depp. Depp, on the other hand, was asked to pay $2 million to Amber after she filed a counter lawsuit accusing him of defamation. This took place after Johnny's lawyer, Adam Waldman, said that Amber's abuse claims were a hoax. First, Amber appealed the court ruling that ordered her to pay, but she soon gave up. She announced the terms of the settlement on the 19th of December, which ended any further lawsuits between the two, at least for now. On an Instagram post that she shared recently, Amber wrote that agreeing to the defamation settlement was a very difficult decision. She added that it was important for her to say that she didn't choose this. She said that she defended her truth, and her life was destroyed in the process. She faced a ton of vilification on social media, which according to her was an amplified version of the way women are re-victimized when they come out with their stories. Amber continued that she now finally had the opportunity to free herself from something she's been trying to leave for over 6 years, and on her own terms. She confirmed that she'd made no admission of guilt and that this was no concession. She said that there were no restrictions on her voice moving forward. Secondly, let's learn more about the legal battle between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. A public, months-long legal battle preceded the news of this settlement. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp fought for support in the court of public opinion and an actual courtroom in Virginia. Support for Johnny Depp came from all around the world on social media, and it was quite overwhelming, to say the least. Videos and posts were being shared all over social media that directly discredited Amber's accounts of domestic violence at the hands of Johnny Depp. It was cruel. On the other hand, Johnny lost a libel case against The Sun in 2020 after he sued the newspaper for printing an article that referred to him as a wife-beater. It was reported that in that case, the judge found that the news article was substantially true. Most people thought that this victory for Amber would carry over into their U.S. legal battle. But as we now know, the latter case turned out to be much more financially burdensome for the American actress. Up next, let's take a look at the latest developments in the case. Johnny Depp is currently appealing Amber's win in their defamation trial during the summer. In June 2021, Johnny was given $15 million in damages, which included $5 million in punitive damages. The judge in Virginia capped that to the legal limit of $350,000. In total, Johnny's entitled to about $10 million as of right now, which is an insane amount. On the other hand, Amber Heard was awarded $2 million, as it was found that Johnny's ex-lawyer, Adam Waldman, had defamed her. Now, we know Johnny already appealed Amber's win, and now she's filing for an appeal over Depp's U.S. libel win. The counter appeals are the latest in a long series of legal battles that the ex-couple has ensued against one another. With its rising popularity, the case has become a social media sensation at this point. People all around the world were riveted to watch the trial last spring. Hashtags related to the trial were rising up everywhere on social media. People watched and discussed one of the most famous celebrity cases of the year in all its glory. This was a confusing trial for all. Although on paper the trial was about Johnny Depp suing Amber and Amber countersuing him, it had one big conflict at its center. Amber claimed that Johnny abused her. Johnny, on the other hand, claimed that she abused him. So what was the truth? Following up, let's see what side people were on when the trial went down. It was pretty surprising that in our post-hashtag #MeToo era, most of the audience of the world sided with Johnny Depp on this one. This was even striking because he'd lost the UK case. There's a ton of compelling evidence from both sides, but nothing to insinuate or imply that Amber was the only aggressor in this case. It's evident that Johnny Depp definitely has a stronger public profile. Although it's been about 10 years since the American actor put out a single good film, he's delivered enough over the course of his career to be considered one of the best actors out there. Maybe that's why he's the one with a stronger support in this lawsuit. The man's earned himself a good amount of popularity. In a statement, Amber suggested that Johnny's win was solely due to his public profile and popularity. She said that she was heartbroken that her gigantic amount of evidence still wasn't enough to compete with Johnny's power, influence, and sway. She added that she was even more disappointed about what Johnny's win meant for other women. She called it a setback. Next up, let's learn a little bit more about Johnny. The star of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, Johnny Depp, has been nominated for the Oscars 3 different times and was named People's Sexiest Man Alive twice. For a while, it seemed like he was one of those celebrities who could get away with anything. A white man man with A-list celebrity sex appeal. He was up in the clouds, along with other powerful names like George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and Leo DiCaprio. Johnny Depp's film career went downhill over the course of the 2010s. That's also when his personal and financial issues began to rise. In 2017, Johnny finally sued his business managers and his entertainment lawyer, saying they'd mismanaged his money. A Rolling Stone profile from this time period depicts Johnny as a fading star who's cut off from reality because of his money, popularity, and fame. The profile infamously said that he was a punchline, bankrupt, isolated, and one more mistake away from being blackballed from his industry. Following that, let's take a look at Amber Heard's side of things. Amber quickly rose to fame and became a household name when she first met Johnny on the set of a film called The Rum Diary in 2009. At the time, both of them were seeing other people. Amber was over 20 years younger than Johnny and was entering the phase of her career where she played the love interest of A-list celebrities. From then onwards, Amber went on to play big roles in films such as Magic Mike XXL, which was released in 2015, and The Adderall Diaries. In 2017, the American actress was cast in her biggest role yet, Mira, the queen of DC's Aquaman movie series. Johnny was already a pretty well-known figure by the time he and Amber met. The American public sang his praises after his roles in popular movies like Edward Scissorhands and Donnie Brasco. Amber, on the other hand, was still climbing the steps to fame. Their relationship coincided with Johnny's very public downward spiral. By the year 2012, Amber and Johnny had broken up with their partners and started dating. The couple got engaged in 2014 and got married the following year. Then, just 2 years later, Amber filed for divorce. Just 4 days after that, the actress filed the request for a restraining order against Johnny. That was the beginning of a long battle that ensued between the two of them. Up next, let's see who's suing whom and why. In a 2018 Washington Post op-ed, Amber Heard called herself a public figure who represented domestic abuse. Although she never took Johnny's name, the American actor sued her for defamation over this. Johnny and his lawyers argued that Amber was implying that Johnny abused her over the course of their relationship and marriage. It was in May 2016 when Amber first publicly accused Johnny of domestic violence. Only mere days after the actress filed for divorce, she requested and got a restraining order against Johnny on account of domestic violence. Johnny's lawyer immediately released a statement saying that the actress was lying and attempting to secure a financial resolution by claiming abuse. The ex-couple finally reached an out-of-court settlement for their divorce in August 2016. Amber took back her request for a permanent restraining order. Strangely, the duo also released a joint statement saying that neither of the contradictory words they said about one another was true. On one side, the statement said that Johnny hadn't been abusive and that there was no intent of physical or emotional harm. Confusingly, it also said that neither of them had made false accusation, which implied that Amber hadn't been lying for financial reward. Following up, let's see what happened next in the Depp vs. Heard case. Amber then chose to donate the $7 million that she got in the settlement to charity. She gave the money to both the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. This move was meant to back up the joint statement the two of them released. This led followers of the Depp vs. Heard case to believe that Amber couldn't have been lying about the domestic abuse allegations because she received no financial compensation from it. Even so, gossip outlets like TMZ swiftly aligned themselves with Johnny Depp and claimed that Amber was a liar. In her op-ed post, Amber said that a fashion campaign and a film dropped her after she publicized the accusations. Johnny, on the other hand, kept starring in films. He also got a major role in the Harry Potter spin-off series, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. After the divorce settlement, it just seemed like one of those things that aren't spoken about much, but everyone would know of. Johnny would probably keep finding work, and Amber wouldn't. That's just how things go in Hollywood. That's a wrap for this video. Whose side are you on in this ongoing celebrity case? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.